In this module, I'm going to talk about step 2 of the nonviolent communication process, which is feelings. Something happened and I feel a certain way about it. And I want to communicate how I'm feeling to the other person in a way that they can relate to. In the first step, I told the other person what it was that happened that didn't meet my needs. And I did it in a way that avoided using evaluations that they were likely to become defensive about or that they disagree with. I stuck to the facts of the situation that we both agree happened. In this step, I'm going to tell the other person about my subjective facts. What I mean by that is my experience is real and valid, and if I'm able to keep my feelings on my own end without implying that the other person is responsible for my feelings, then they'll be able to relate, because since we're all human, we all have the same feelings, or we're capable of having the same feelings. We might very well have different feelings in this situation. We probably do if we're in a conflict, but that's okay. If I'm able to keep my feelings on my own end, the other person will be capable of relating to them. They'll be capable of remembering another time in which they felt the way that I feel now. Feelings are gifts from myself to myself. My feelings tell me what's meaningful to me. Feelings are connected to needs. When I have an unmet need, I feel a negative emotion or multiple negative emotions. Some of the emotions I might feel are fear or sadness or grief or frustration or anger or resentment or boredom. And if my needs are being met, then I experience positive emotions like gratitude and joy and serenity. So, since my feelings are gifts to myself, they can also be gifts to the other person. Because just like I would like to meet the other person's needs, that other person would like to meet my needs. But probably if we're in a conflict, our language that we've all been taught has gotten in the way. It's made it very hard for the other person to hear what my needs are, because I've been taught to tell the other person that they're bad. And so that's tragic, because the problem here is that I'm in pain. And so somehow I want to get across to the other person that I'm in pain in a way that they can relate to, that's not going to use evaluations. Just like evaluations got us in trouble in the first step, they also get us in trouble in the second step, as we'll come to see. I, and a lot of us, have been socialized to believe that feelings are problems that get in the way of our lives, and that we should eliminate our feelings. We've also been socialized to believe that feelings have no meaning. But feelings have a lot of meaning. They tell me what my needs are. And through my feelings, I can communicate to somebody else what my needs are. Basically, I've been given the message from my culture that if I have a feeling that lasts too long or it's too strong, then I need to change myself so that I'm normal. But it's normal to have a lot of different feelings. It's normal to have negative emotions and positive emotions, and to have them both at the same time. It's normal to have strong emotions. It's normal to feel one way now and feel a different way later. We get the message, especially from advertising, that what's normal is to be happy all the time. But that's not normal. What's normal is to feel sad when our needs aren't being met, or to feel afraid, or any number of negative emotions, and to feel happy when our needs are being met. So NVC has a different understanding of feelings. The understanding is that all feelings are valid. My feelings are valid and your feelings are valid, because those feelings are about valid, universal human needs that we're both capable of understanding and relating to. So it's not about changing myself, and it's not about changing yourself. It's about going from a place where we don't hear and understand each other's needs to a place where we do hear and understand each other's needs. In NVC, we're going to go from the very constricted space that most of us are taught to operate within, which is where there's only room for one person to win. It's about winning and losing. We're going to go from that space to a much more open space where there's room for everybody to have their valid experience.